Welcome back to the channel, and um, as always, I like to start off with asking you to first like the video, if you do actually like it. Subscribe to the channel, it helps me out. Turn on the notification bell and leave a comment below. Let me know if you've read this book, this series. Let me know what you think. Let me know if I've missed anything. Um, I'd love to hear from you and get a discussion thread going. This book is book 3 for the year. It's Rescue Run. This is a Science Club fiction edition. It's a special edition, so it's kind of like its own thing. Because originally, Rescue Run was part of the. It was its own story, but it then got released or published in the Chronicles of Pern First Fall, which that's where I've also done a review of this book there, or at least the story there. This story is it's the same. It's not changed. It's just it's got the difference is, as I pull it up, and I'm not sure if you can see it. There's some illustrations around the borders, which is kind of cool. It gives you a little bit of a visual. Let me find one of the good pictures that's not too dark for this. So there we go. I think that works. You can kind of see there's illustrations in here, 10 of them. It's a nice little addition. I picked it up at a friend's of the public library, actually, so it cost me next to nothing. If it'll be worth anything, I don't know. But it's a good story overall. I think that the thing is, though, that it's a really blundered rescue run. They go off Kimmer too much. Kimmer and Shensu, what they say, what they tell them. There's one key paragraph, one little key section that's a paragraph long that tells you where they didn't go and where there is somebody standing there with a dog, and that's at Fort. So Kimmer never really went anywhere near the areas that would be inhabited. He went to the areas really that were abandoned. And stakes were closed down and they centralized again at Fort. It was just what they did. And he didn't go there. Shensu was out for, he says, 8 months looking. Did he really find anything or not? We don't know. We're taking his word for it as he tells Lieutenant Bendon that, who is Admiral Bendon's nephew, which is kind of interesting because he wants to meet his uncle, and even though his uncle would be like 120 some years old by this point, he knows that's not going to happen, but he's hoping at least that there's some kind of civilization here, and there's just really the 11 people, Kimmer, and 10 people that are, 2 are his daughters, and then the rest are Kenjo Fujiyusi's daughters and sons. He was the pilot back in the original landing in the Chronicles of Pern. So with this book, I gave it 5 stars, even though, again, I look at it as sort of a botched rescue run, even though at the end, Bendon's thinking to himself, oh, this is a successful rescue run. And really, to me, it's botched. Kind of from the beginning. I mean, they don't really have a set plan. They're more interested in the threat, it seems, the organisms that are eating the planet, than they really seem to be of anything else. And I'm not sure if that was something that Anne McCaffrey planned on doing, was making it seem like just a botched expedition. Because, I mean, they're basically, right at the end of the story, they're writing the planet off, saying that this is just, it's not going to be good for human habitation because the threat happens every 250 years, give or take 5 years. So they're basically saying, in a way, they're shutting the planet down. They're not going to suggest that there be any more missions or expeditions or colonies on Pern anymore. Obviously, we know the colony continues, the civilization continues, because there are more books, and it takes place later on down in the chronological order, which is the way I'm reading them. I'm reading them in chronological order. So where this goes, where this ends, basically, is this ends what is called the first pass. The pass is, there's a red planet that orbits, that its orbit comes into Pern, and there's an Oort cloud, and every 250 years there's that pass. So that is where these books sort of end, is at the end of the first pass, and the next books basically start up at the second pass. So we're going to be looking at probably about another 200, 250 years down the road on the next one, which I'm kind of chomping at the bit to get to. And, yeah, I mean, it's a good story. Again, I think it's a botched run, a rescue run. But, what are you going to do? That's the way the story is. But, as always, like I said, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you've read this particular version, this particular edition, or if you just read the story. Whether you agree or not, what you think of it, what you thought of the series. And, try not to give spoilers, because I really don't want, I want to read them all, and that's what is going to be the bulk of the channel, at least for a good part of the first half of the year, is this series. So, as always, please like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. Helps me out a whole lot. As always, keep YouTube literate. Until next time, God bless.